Trick number one is know which gigs are actually worth doing and which aren't. If you look at Mobee compared to Field Agent, you'll see that there is always going to be significantly more gigs, but don't let that fool you because 90% of them aren't worth doing and a lot of them are just actually impossible. And some of them on this map actually pay zero. So it's really deceiving. I was super excited when I first found out about this app, but then I realized that most of them you can't do. So the way to find out if it's worth it is when there's a gig there, don't just go to the store specifically for a Mobee gig, only if you're already there. Like if my wife's dragging me to Walmart to do our shopping, I'll try to do a Mobee gig, and if that one works, I'll do all of them. Or if I'm doing a Field Agent gig or an Instacart or something, I'll try it and then just keep a mental note of which ones are worth it, which ones aren't. So right now I'll show you, like this $5 one at Walmart, definitely not worth it. It takes about 40 minutes for $5. That's $10 an hour. Not worth it. This $3 one's going to take like a half an hour at 7-Eleven. I tried it, and I've been doing these type of apps, Field Agent and stuff, full time for about 8 years. So I like to think that I could pretty much do any gig, but those ones are absolutely not worth it. Look out for the honey ones. These ones are super, super simple. $3.50 takes about 10 minutes. You just have to scan the honey products, take a picture of the back, put it back. Super easy. And when they drop, they'll be at every supermarket, every CVS. Like you could literally do 100 of these in a day. And then that brings me to tip number 2. Pay attention to the seasons. This is a very seasonable app. Halloween's right around the corner, so there's going to be Halloween gigs. So Scream Suite missions, super easy. You're just going to take a picture when you walk in the store, take a picture, a couple pictures of the Halloween candy, and that's it. And then a lot of times they'll be at the same stores. So right now you could stack it with all 3 of these. So you can make $11 in about a half an hour. So definitely worth it. You can make $11 in about like 15-20 minutes, which is super worth it. And then in my area, there's a Publix on every corner, so you could go to every Publix and do this and keep super busy. Also, the mystery shops, these ones are super easy, and there's going to be multiple at the same store. So to make more money, look for when there's multiple gigs at the same store so you're not wasting money. The next tip is to multi-app. You're not going to be able to make a living just from Mobee. You're not even going to be able to have a decent side hustle just from Mobee. At most times, sometimes there'll be like a couple of days where I could do Mobee all day when there's a lot of gigs. But for the most part, you're going to need the multi-app. Sometimes there's literally no gigs worth doing on Mobee. Sometimes there's no gigs worth doing on other apps, but there are a lot on Mobee. So here are the apps that I use every day to make a full-time living. Mobee, Observa, Field Agent. Those are the 3 that I make the most with. And then survey merchandisers, like a once in a while. Some of them are worth it, some of them are not. I have a whole other video that's a lot more involved. And then stacking with delivery and grocery apps. So if I have to go, let's say, 4.5 miles west to get to 4.5 miles south to get to this Publix, when I leave my house, I'm going to turn on DoorDash. I'm going to turn on Uber Eats, and most likely get a delivery that's going that way. So I could get a $10 delivery going there. So I didn't drive for free. And with delivery apps, you don't have to take orders. So if you get one going in the opposite direction, just decline it. I don't really care about my acceptance rate. I just want to make money while I'm driving towards there. Definitely multi-app. Get activated on a lot of these apps so that you have a wider selection and you always have something to do. I don't spend 1 minute when I'm out there hustling, sitting around doing nothing. There's always something to do with these apps. And in different areas, there's even more apps, but these are the only ones that are really available in my area. And the last tip is let your points build up and pay attention to the achievements. So the achievements over here. So I did 15 gigs at Lowe's. So now I could claim that achievement and I get an extra $7.50. And I claimed a lot of these, so I got like hundreds of dollars, like probably close to $100 in just these. And then the rewards. So this doesn't pay cash, doesn't pay PayPal. You have to save up the points and then cash out for gift cards. But don't worry, you could cash out for Visa gift cards. So it's pretty much like cash. But let your points build up because there's better gift cards once you get to like the $25 to $50 mark. So it's 25, You could do Uber Eats, which I do when me and my wife are lazy and don't want to cook, so I have so many of those gift cards. But they don't offer the same gift card for the $10 one or the $5 one. So let your points build up. And if you want to learn about the Observer app, which is a great app to multi-app with this one, check out this video over here.